So we'll take an opening statement from Coach Scalf and then open up for student-athlete questions.
Yeah, it was a great start for us, no doubt. When Ryan had 8 ground balls out of the first 9 hitters, we felt really good about it because that's what he does. Fills up the strike zone, sink, slider, occasional breaking ball and change up, and he's going to get more ground balls than fly balls. And he got us off to a really good start, and then offensively there in the second inning, Nick got us going with a leadoff single, and then we put some back-to-back with the walk, and we were fortunate with Daniel's single that dropped in the right center, found a spot, but the 2 big swings at the back end of that inning with Lincoln's double, and then Brian's single to drive Steven in and take it to 6-0. It put us in really good shape, and and then the following inning, we had I think Brian had another big double with 2 outs in the corner to drive in 3 after Robbie's at bat to keep it going. So offensively, one thing we were able to do today is similar to what we've been able to do a lot of days this year, and that's bunch at bats together, bunch quality at bats together, and put multiple runs on the board.
Robbie, yeah, like Coach said, seen this before. Is there any difference as it's happening, doing it in a NCAA regional versus some of these other games where you guys have done that?
I don't think so. I think we just go about our business like we've always done all year, and it's easy when you got a guy like Foster on the mound, just filling up the zone, getting quick innings, and then we come in and do what we do and just try to put quality at bats together. And when we string a few together like that, that's what happens. We put a lot of runs on the board.
Brian, kind of sticking with that, just what makes you guys so dangerous at the plate?
Well, our coaches just have us attack fastballs early in the count, and we get that from 1 through 9 through the lineup, and we just try to motivate all of us to just attack and try and be the best offense we can be. And when you put good swings on it, good things happen.
Ryan, he talked about the way things started for you with the ground outs, but did you feel you had your best stuff today? You have everything working?
I don't really know. I attacked a lot with fastballs early and got a lot of early outs there. Coach talked about the ground balls. Towards the middle innings and the later innings, I didn't get as many ground balls. It was more fly outs. Some balls were squared up, but it's my job to keep pitching. So, no, not my best stuff, but one of my better efforts.
Ryan, just talk about the offense and how comfortable you can become with that behind you, knowing that they're putting as many runs up on the board.
It is very comfortable. I like to think it's my job to go out there and give my team a chance to win every time I take the mound, but I think they kind of gave me a chance to win today, putting up 11 runs there within the first 3 innings.
Yeah, Ryan, how's that go there in the 8th, getting ready for the 9th? Was there a lot of conversation about whether you would stay in? Did you have to, tell Coach you wanted to stay in, or he just kind of knew?
I told the coach I'd finish.
And what do you hope that does to get, not have to dip into the bullpen today?
Well, I guess it makes us not have to go into the bullpen today. Be a little fresher for the games to come and have everybody available.
Brian, you talked about attacking fastballs, but the Duke folks were saying that you guys seemed like you were sitting breaking balls. Was that part of the plan there early for, especially, I guess, with McAfee in there?
Monday said through the first order through the lineup, we would just sit fastball, and if he was going to try and just throw breaking balls in there, we would just sit breaking ball later on in the game. But at that time, I think we were just sitting fastball, and if he left one up, then put a good swing on it.
And Robbie, just what is the feeling coming off of this day? I mean, like you say, almost everything seemed like it went right in, starting a regional like this.
It's obviously what we wanted to come out and do. We wanted to come out and put our best foot forward and, go out and do what we do. And I think Ryan set the tone in the first inning, and then, it's our job as an offense to come out and put good at-bats together, and I think that's what we did.
Anything else for the student athletes? Yes,
Thank you.
Coach, with Ryan going the complete game, how does that set you up now for Saturday and Sunday?
Like Ryan said, it certainly keeps us fresh, and it gives us an opportunity to have our better arms available for tomorrow. If we need to go to the bullpen early, then they're fresh, and if we need to pull the trigger in the third or fourth, we will. But that's always nice to have all those arms available and have some options depending on if the game's tight and we're struggling on the mound. We've got that option. If we get behind and we've got to try to slow it down, we've got 2 or 3 different guys we would go to, and so certainly feels good to be able to have that ability tomorrow.
Like you said, we've seen a lot of that all year. Do you come into this? I mean, does that surprise you at all, just how well something like that translates to this stage?
No, because we spend the entire year, talking about maintaining a similar approach every day, and the preparation is the same throughout the course of the year, because when you get to this point, you don't want to change a whole lot. You want to continue to do the little things well and do the little things that you've done throughout the course of the year and pay attention to the details, and ultimately it pays off for you in competitive situations like this. I think it has throughout the course of the year, and we were able to carry it into today, and hopefully we'll play well tomorrow and give ourselves a chance.
Here in the back, Coach, what does it say about this group that they're able to feed off each other in a stage like this where you want to get off to a good start, and it seemed like in the very early innings each guy was feeding off the other guys at bat early, trying to put good swings together?
They've done it, and I say it again, I mean, they've done it the majority of the year, and it all comes back to what they do in the fall and in the summer, and how they went about their business last fall and summer. They get in the weight room and they challenge each other. They challenge each other in their conditioning. They do it in the cages. They do it in BP. They do it taking ground balls. And the pitchers are the same way. So, we try to create as competitive an atmosphere amongst one another as we can, because I do think that translates at game time, and they want to, somebody squares a ball up, the next one doesn't want to let him down, and he wants to match it. So, they continue to compete, one guy right after the next.
Mark, given what happened to you guys last weekend against William & Mary, did you feel like you guys had an edge today? They wanted to kind of prove something, that they let something get away and they were a better team than that?
I certainly think that was in the back of their mind. But I do believe that they had pushed that way back and wanted to forget about it, and did a pretty good job of coming out here today and it being a fresh start and a new day and a new competition. And I thought, like Ryan got us off to a good start, and then offensively once we got it going, each guy wanted to get up there and be a part of it.
How did that conversation with Ryan go from your end? I mean, were you hoping he would say that, or kind of expecting it, or were you thinking that you would use Groff there in the ninth?
We had Groff getting ready, if we chose to go that route. But I let Coach Williams have that conversation with Ryan. I stayed the heck out of the way because I knew what he was going to say. And he said it before he even got to the warning track coming off the field. He saw Coach Williams going up the steps, and he said, "No, I'm finishing." So, when he wants the baseball, and he was far enough into it, he was at 100 pitches, you let him go ahead and finish. If you're thinking all the way through this tournament and all the scenarios that could happen and we could end up in the loser's bracket. We end up playing a if-needed game on Monday. You know, could Ryan come back and pitch, 100 to 114, what's the difference? He's going to go through his same preparation over the next 2 or 3 days to try to get himself back to where he could help us on Monday if we had to have him.
Coach, how do you prep now between now and, say, 10-15, and what do you expect from both of these?
I expect an outstanding pitched game tonight. When you look at the two guys on the mound tonight with Schmidt and Wilson, it's going to be extremely competitive, and it's going to be a challenge for the hitters, I would think. We're certainly coming back over to watch because we haven't seen either team play. We've seen a little bit of video, but outside of that, we'd just like to see them play one another. I don't know how much good it's going to do us because, our starter tomorrow certainly isn't left-handed, and he's not going to throw the baseball like Wilson, but, it'll at least give us a feel, and the same thing, our right-handed starter is not like Schmidt either. So we'll do the best we can and evaluate and watch them play tonight, and then try to put a plan together in the morning, and hopefully tomorrow evening our guys are playing with energy and give us their best effort.
You were able to get Casey out of there, I guess. Was that another flare-up or just rest? Do you think he'll be available tomorrow there?
I mean, we're figuring, okay, we're up 11. We don't need to leave him out there in a game that we really didn't need him out there. And hopefully we got him out before he had any additional issues. So, no, I mean, just right now he's about 75%. And, we want to at least keep him at 75% and not make it worse.